Welcome to Talk Fluent English, the place where English becomes real, natural, and useful.
Hello, and welcome back to Talk Fluent English. If this is your first time here, we're really happy you found us today. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and share this podcast. It truly helps our channel grow and reach more English learners around the world.
Yes, welcome everyone. This is a safe and friendly space where you can practice real English, learn naturally, and feel comfortable making mistakes.
Today's topic is very special. We're going to talk about childhood. Memories, feelings, routines, games, school days, and how we talk about childhood experiences in English.
Childhood is a topic full of emotion. When people talk about childhood, they often smile or sometimes feel a little nostalgic.
That's true. So before we go deep, let me ask you something, Kamal. When you hear the word childhood, what is the first image that comes to your mind?
The first image. I see myself waking up early, running outside, and playing with friends until sunset. No phones, no worries, just time.
That sounds beautiful. And you used a very natural sentence there. I see myself. That's a great way to describe memories in English.
Yes, and notice something important for learners. When we talk about childhood, we usually use the past tense. For example, I played, I used to play, I would play.
Exactly. And don't worry, we'll practice these naturally through conversation, not like a grammar book.
So Nora, tell me about your childhood mornings. What was a normal day like for you?
I remember waking up very early because my mother always woke us up before school. I used to feel sleepy, but also safe. The house smelled like breakfast and everything felt slow and calm.
That's a very clear description. You said, I used to feel sleepy. Learners, this is a key structure. I used to means something happened many times in the past, but not anymore.
Yes, I used to walk to school with my siblings. We talked, laughed, sometimes argued. Those small moments become big memories later in life.
I agree. When I think about childhood, I think about freedom. After school, I didn't have many responsibilities. I didn't worry about money, work, or the future.
That's such an important word, responsibilities. As children, we don't carry heavy responsibilities. Life feels lighter.
Exactly. Sometimes I miss that feeling.
Many adults feel the same. And it's okay to say, I miss my childhood. That's a very common and natural sentence in English.
Let's talk about games. What did you play as a child, Nora?
Oh, many games. I played outside with friends, running games, simple ball games, and imagination games. We didn't need expensive toys.
That's a great point. In many childhood memories, imagination is stronger than technology.
Yes, we used to create stories. I remember pretending the ground was lava. If you touched the ground, you lost.
I played that too. See, childhood games are often universal.
And learners, notice this sentence. I remember pretending. That's another useful structure when talking about memories.
Now let's talk about school life. Did you enjoy school as a child?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I enjoyed learning and seeing friends, but I didn't enjoy exams or homework.
That's very relatable. I liked school because it gave structure to my day, but I didn't like waking up early.
Most children don't. And this is useful English too. I liked, but I didn't like.
Exactly. So learners, you can say, I liked my teachers, but I didn't like homework.
Now, let's slow down a little bit. Childhood isn't only about fun. Sometimes it includes difficult moments too.
That's true. Some children feel shy, scared, or misunderstood.
Yes, I remember feeling nervous on my first day of school. My heart was beating fast.
That's a powerful sentence. My heart was beating fast. It helps describe emotions physically.
And this is important for learners. When you talk about childhood, you can talk about feelings, not just events.
For example, I felt proud. I felt scared. I felt happy. I felt lonely.
Exactly. And childhood feelings stay with us longer than we think.
Some childhood memories shape who we are today.
They really do. That's why talking about childhood is not just about the past, it's about understanding ourselves.
And practicing this topic in English helps learners talk about personal stories, not just simple facts.
So, before we move forward and the next continue, let me ask our listeners something. When you think about your childhood, what is one small memory that makes you smile?
Take a moment. You don't need perfect English, just simple words.
You can say, I remember, or when I was a child.
And remember, your story matters.
In the next continue, we'll talk about family, parents, rules, traditions, and childhood lessons, and how to talk about them naturally in English. When we talk about childhood, one thing always comes back again and again: family. Family shapes our childhood more than anything else.
I completely agree. Our parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, they create the environment we grow up in.
Let me ask you something, Kamal. How would you describe your parents when you were a child?
That's a good question. My parents were strict, but also very caring. They believed discipline was important, but they always showed love.
That's a great description. And learners, notice the sentence structure. They were strict, but also caring. This is a very natural way to balance ideas in English.
Yes, and another useful phrase is they believed. You can say, they believed education was important. They believed family came first.
Exactly. In my childhood, my parents believed in routine. We had fixed times for meals, homework, and sleep.
Did you like that routine as a child?
Honestly, not always. I sometimes wanted more freedom, but now as an adult, I understand why they did it.
That's very relatable. Many learners can say, I didn't like it at the time, but now I understand.
Yes, that sentence shows maturity and reflection. Very natural English.
Let's talk about rules. Every child grows up with rules. What rules do you remember clearly from your childhood?
Talking about rules, one big rule was finishing homework before playing. No homework, no playtime.
That rule exists in many countries. For me, it was coming home before sunset.
That's interesting. And learners, notice how Kamal said it was coming home before sunset. That's a clear way to explain rules from the past.
Yes, rules sometimes felt annoying, but they also created safety.
That's a very important idea. As children, we don't always see the reason behind rules.
Exactly. But later in life, many people say, my parents were right.
That sentence alone carries a lot of meaning.
Now let's talk about traditions. Did your family have any childhood traditions?
Yes, we did. Every weekend we ate together as a family. No phones, no distractions.
That sounds warm and meaningful. Traditions create strong memories.
They really do. And learners can say, in my family, we used to.
For example, in my family, we used to eat together. In my family, we used to visit relatives on holidays.
Perfect examples. These sentences are excellent for speaking practice.
Let's shift to something emotional. Childhood also teaches us lessons.
Yes, some lessons are gentle, some are painful.
For me, childhood taught me the value of sharing. I remember fighting with my siblings over toys.
That's very common.
My parents always said sharing is caring.
That's a great phrase to remember. It's simple, clear, and meaningful.
What lessons stayed with you from childhood, Nora?
Talking about lessons, I learned the importance of kindness. My mother always told me to speak gently to others.
That's beautiful. And learners can say, I learned, I was taught.
Yes, I was taught to be kind. I was taught to respect others.
Now let's talk about mistakes. Children make mistakes. It's part of growing up.
Absolutely. And childhood mistakes are often how we learn best.
I remember breaking something important once. I felt scared to tell my parents.
That fear is very real, and learners can say, I was afraid to.
Yes, I was afraid to tell the truth.
But when we look back, many of those moments teach honesty.
Exactly. Childhood isn't perfect, and that's okay.
That's such an important message. You don't need a perfect childhood to grow into a good person.
And talking about childhood in English helps learners connect emotionally, not just grammatically.
Let me ask you another question, Kamal. If you could describe your childhood in one word, what would it be?
I would say simple.
That's a powerful word. Simple doesn't mean boring, it means peaceful.
Exactly. What about you?
I would say warm.
That's beautiful. And learners, this is a great speaking exercise. Describe your childhood in one word.
You can say, my childhood was.
Happy, difficult, simple, busy, loving.
All answers are valid.
In the next continue, we'll talk about friends, friendships, school memories, and social life in childhood, and how to express them naturally in English.
Stay with us. Your English and your story are growing step by step. Now let's move to a very important part of childhood, friends. For many people, childhood friends stay in the heart forever.
Yes, friends shape who we become. Our first friendships teach us trust, sharing, and sometimes disappointment.
Let me ask you, Kamal, what were your childhood friends like?
They were loud, curious, and always full of energy. We played outside for hours without getting tired.
That sounds very familiar. And learners, notice the past tense. They were. We played.
Exactly. When talking about childhood friends, we often use simple past tense.
In my childhood, I had one best friend. We did everything together. School, games, secrets.
That kind of friendship feels very deep. Did you ever fight?
Of course, we argued about small things like toys or games.
That's very real. And learners can say we argued about, we disagreed over.
But even after fighting, we always made up. That's another useful phrase, make up.
Yes, to make up means to become friends again after a fight.
Childhood friendships are very honest. Children say what they feel without hiding it.
That's true. Sometimes that honesty can hurt, but it also builds strong bonds.
Now let's talk about school life, because school is a huge part of childhood.
School is where many memories are created, good and bad.
What do you remember most about school?
I remember sitting in class, listening to the teacher, and waiting for the bell.
Waiting for the bell is a universal childhood experience.
Yes, the bell meant freedom, playtime, and laughter.
Learners can say, I remember, I used to.
For example, I used to sit with my best friend. I used to feel nervous before exams.
Oh yes, exams. School anxiety is very common in childhood.
I remember feeling scared before tests. My hands would feel cold.
That's a great way to describe feelings physically. My hands felt cold. My heart beat fast.
Exactly. These phrases make your English more natural.
School was not only about learning subjects, it was also about learning how to interact with others.
Yes, group work, teamwork, competition, cooperation.
Sometimes school friendships were easy, sometimes they were complicated.
I remember feeling left out once. That feeling stays with you.
Feeling left out is a very strong childhood emotion, and learners can say, I felt left out.
But school also gave me confidence. I learned how to speak in front of others.
That's very important. Many people discover their voice during school years.
Now, let's talk about teachers. Teachers leave a big impact on childhood.
Absolutely. Some teachers inspire us, others challenge us.
I had one teacher who always encouraged me.
She believed in me even when I didn't.
That kind of support can change a child's life.
Learners can say, my teacher encouraged me. My teacher supported me.
I also remember a strict teacher. At the time, I was afraid of her.
And now?
Now I understand her discipline. She wanted us to succeed.
That's a powerful reflection. Childhood understanding grows with time.
Let's talk about playtime because childhood is not complete without play.
Playtime was the best part of the day.
What games did you play as a child?
We played football, hide and seek, and simple street games.
I love how simple childhood games are. No technology, just imagination.
Yes, we created our own fun.
Learners can say, we used to play. We enjoyed playing.
Playing teaches teamwork, creativity, and problem solving.
And joy. Pure joy.
Now, let's talk about something deeper, childhood dreams.
Dreams show how children see the world.
As a child, I dreamed of becoming many things.
Let me guess. A doctor, a pilot, a football player?
All of them. My dreams changed every year.
That's very common, and learners can say, when I was a child, I dreamed of...
Some dreams stay with us, some fade away.
But all dreams shape who we are.
Childhood dreams teach hope.
That's beautifully said.
Before we move on, let's give learners a speaking challenge.
Yes. Try to answer this in English. Who was your childhood friend and what did you do together?
You don't need perfect English. You need honest English.
Your childhood story matters.
And your English grows when you tell it.
In the next Continue, we'll talk about emotions in childhood, difficult moments, lessons learned, and how childhood shapes adult life.
Stay with us. This journey is getting deeper.
Now let's move into a deeper part of childhood, emotions. Childhood is full of strong feelings, even if we didn't understand them at the time.
That's very true. As children, emotions feel bigger because everything is new.
Exactly. Happiness feels like flying, and sadness feels like the end of the world.
I remember crying over very small things. At that time, they felt very important.
That's a great point for learners. Children don't have small problems. Every problem feels big.
When I was a child, I felt excited very easily. Birthdays, holidays, school trips, everything felt magical.
Yes, excitement was pure. There was no worry about money or time.
But childhood also has fear.
Yes, fear of the dark, fear of being alone, fear of making mistakes.
I remember being afraid of disappointing my parents.
That's very honest. Many children feel pressure but don't know how to say it.
Learners can say, as a child, I was afraid of...
That sentence opens many memories.
Now let's talk about difficult moments in childhood.
Not every childhood moment is happy, and that's important to say.
Yes, some childhood experiences teach hard lessons.
I remember a time when I failed an exam. I felt ashamed.
Shame is a strong emotion for a child.
I felt like I wasn't good enough.
That feeling stays with people for a long time.
Learners can say, I felt ashamed. I felt embarrassed.
Another difficult moment is being misunderstood.
Yes, when adults don't listen, children feel invisible.
I remember wanting to explain myself, but not knowing the words.
That's powerful. Sometimes language grows after emotions.
That's why learning to express feelings is so important.
Childhood also includes loss.
Yes, losing a pet, a friend moving away, or changing schools.
Those moments teach children about sadness and change.
I remember my best friend moving to another city.
How did you feel?
Lonely and confused.
That's a perfect word combination, lonely and confused.
Learners, notice how two simple adjectives can explain a deep feeling.
Now let's talk about lessons childhood teaches us.
Childhood teaches patience even when we don't realize it.
It teaches sharing even when we don't want to.
It teaches consequences.
Yes, when we make mistakes, we learn from them.
I learned honesty in childhood.
How?
I once lied about something small. The feeling afterwards was worse than the truth.
That lesson stays for life.
Learners can say, I learned, I realized.
I learned empathy as a child.
Empathy is a big word.
Yes, but a simple idea, understanding how others feel.
Childhood teaches empathy through friendships and conflicts.
Now let's talk about how childhood shapes adulthood.
Many adult habits start in childhood.
Confidence, fear, kindness, discipline.
If a child is encouraged, they grow confident.
If a child is ignored, they may grow quiet.
That's why childhood environments matter.
But adults can heal childhood wounds.
That's very important to say.
We are not trapped by our childhood.
We can reflect, understand, and grow.
Learners can say, my childhood influenced me. My childhood taught me.
Now let's do a reflective exercise for listeners.
Think about this question. What is one lesson your childhood taught you?
You don't need long sentences. Simple English is enough.
Your story matters more than perfect grammar.
Now let's talk about memories.
Some childhood memories are very clear.
And some are blurry but emotional.
Smells, sounds, places.
The smell of food, the sound of laughter, the feeling of safety.
Those memories stay deep inside.
They appear when we least expect them.
That's the power of childhood.
Before we close this journey, let's remind learners of useful phrases.
When I was a child, I remember, I used to.
I felt, I learned, my childhood taught me.
These sentences help you tell your story.
And telling your story helps your English grow.
Childhood is not just the past.
It lives in how we speak, think, and feel today.
Thank you for taking this deep journey with us.
Your childhood matters.
And your English journey matters too.
Keep speaking, keep remembering, keep growing.